God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I believe
that you died, that you rose, that you're God, my hero, and I am, that he's real, that God can, that God will, that you died, that you rose, that you're God, my hero, and I am, that he's real, that God can, that God will.
He just graduated, summer of '99. Had plans of college and his future on his mind. But he did some things that caught up with him. Then a few weeks later, the police they came to get him. He was in the pen, they gave him 3 years. He was fighting back the tears, cause in the pen he couldn't show no fear. Then he met Jesus, and his life was changed. Started reading the Bible and praying every night and day. When he got out, he started preaching a second chance at life. It was a whole new season. Next move for him was trying to get a job, but with the felony, you know that it just made it hard. So he started small and kept trusting God, and kept being faithful and kept working hard. Fast forward some years, he's got a wife and kid. Now he's a district manager, man, look what God did.
That you died, that you rose, that you're God, my hero, and I am, that he's real, that God can, that God will, that you died, that you rose, that you're God, my hero, and I am, that he's real, that God can, that God will.
I remember when I was 17, trying to do my thing. I was chasing fame. I was in this group called Live Rounds, we was about to blow. Met this record executive and he booked us a show. I remember that night like it was yesterday. Came home to my mom and my stepdad, they was like, wait, we have to pray. So they prayed to God and they said God told them no. They said this is a trap for Satan to snatch his soul. Then all of a sudden they changed their mind and they said they wanted me to pray and ask God for a sign. I said, how will I know if God is speaking? They said you will just know when God is speaking. And he was sending signs, but I was blind until that day I saw my cousin and gave him a ride. Said he had got saved and gave his life to Jesus. He was inspired by this rapper who became